Hello, my name is Edward Hoppy. I would like to introduce myself as a devotee of Shri Krishna, who is permitting the liberation of the soul Jeffrey Dahmer from some of his hellish experiences with the demons, or in other words, asuras. And I wanted to introduce him with the word Rakshasa, as he is his nature, and to delineate a few of his demonic qualities, and also the ability to share with the public that I have been making transformations in his consciousness and progress in his mind and his consciousness in order to understand the nature of his illnesses and his relationship with his demons and what created him. And ultimately, the only path that I've been able to establish with him was the agreement with Krishna. And Krishna being the only source of consciousness, religion that I have been studying in order to enlighten his spirit and realize who he is as a spirit and the spirits that he served. It changes the paradigm of his name quite a bit, so please be open-minded about what I've established with him as a soul contract and the agreements that I've made in order to communicate with him, and also to inform the public that it is possible to do healing on this level, and ultimately establish a career where I am able to go and visit criminals and the criminal justice system and promote enlightenment in their consciousness. It starts with enlightenment of Ted and Jeffrey Dahmer, and it's Ted Bundy and Jeffrey Dahmer and quite a few others, hundreds and hundreds of others. It's hard to do this kind of work and not get their attention immediately. So ultimately they serve me, but I am also helping them realize the truth, and it's been a very, very painful journey to go through, directly transmuting the horrible energies of the murder cases, and directly experiencing the pain of some of the victims in different levels, and trying to realize how to liberate their souls from the trauma that they had. There are many ways to do this in spiritual community, and connection to Jesus Christ is also the primary route, but because I am a Krishna devotee, that is the method at which I have chosen to explain myself and heal others. Let's see. The first realization I had was the difficulty in attaining their freedom and realizing the degree at which they were bound to their perception of hell. And being able to free them little by little with better communication, and allow their souls to attain the realizations of the reality that they can evolve as human consciousness, which would mean that they were able to learn emotional registers that would have been absent in their murders, obviously, because they would have been turned off emotionally and spiritually and completely really mute, which would have helped them. But Jeffrey Dahmer is a very religious fanatic. He's a Christian. It's kind of interesting to have that connection with Christianity through him, and to be able to establish another set of agreements, which was to realize him within the context of the runes, and getting practice realizing the depths of the runes and the healing that they can promote. I wanted to share a dialogue that I've been with him, and that he is capable of speaking through me right now as well. And his primary influences are his activities. So this has been the nature of the agreements per the healing runes that I've been using with him, his consciousness. And they're very difficult to see. Maybe not. You can see that they are all associated with very specific realizations, which the runes go back thousands of years, and so they're heavily rooted in consciousness, and their realizations are quite profound. So they're all emotional experiences and realizations of divine energy and the expressions of divine energy, and that is what his soul has made a contract with me to express to you. He would like to say that he is definitely asking for your help as a soul to attain more freedom from paradigms which are creating hell within his reality, which would still be hell for what he's done. And the only real freedom we can grant him is the work that he's willing to do for the community and the realizations under my direct guidance and even control. And the implementation we're adding to his realization is to stop being fascinated with murder, cannibalism, and necrophilia through direct acceptance of it, and being able to convert his soul's experience into direct realization of his murders instead of being lost in service to self entity, or what's the word I want to use? Blind enjoyment of it, I suppose you'd say. Not realized. The reason why he committed those murders because he had literally no control, and spiritual possession was his forte, and therefore the lesson that I had to learn with him was the spirits that were committing murder were also possessing me for quite some time until we realized what they were and the nature of them. And from then on, his choice to evolve has been tremendous. Allowing him to speak through the film as well. There's been lots of input that he's sharing, but he would like to say thank you for being willing to guide me through my troubles and discomfort and the realizations of a new truth. And that's his statement. I would say that I am learning his life lessons with him, and from his perspective, it's kind of like looking at the ABCs. So, just like I said with the runes, I have been implementing change in his consciousness via rune agreements with Odin. Obviously, as a devotee of Krishna, there's really no bounds at which God can influence reality, and my agreement has been to teach him his life lessons. And also to yours, so I'm sharing with this a community, and let's see if there's anything else I might add. It's been very important endeavor to distinguish black magic in this case versus white magic. He is verifying that he is not using black magic on you in this film or this video, but I have been using his realizations to make other changes on the planet as a God-conscious devotee. So they are subtle but profound realizations. Thou shalt not murder is the reason, but the why of thou shalt not murder is a very profound statement within his consciousness, since he agrees with it. So let's see. And I, Jeff, would like to say thank you, Edward, for being there for me. I, Edward, like to say thank you very much for being